So, fucking 3 o'clock in the morning, you know. It just, it feel like somebody came in my home and just like abruptly woke me up with like an attitude. That's what it feels like. So, it's like somebody is confronting me like, why are you not in alignment with me? Like, why am I not in alignment with them? That's what they're asking me. You know, it's just, I want to be aligned with something a little more healthier. You know, I don't know. Hold on. So, I just hear. So, it's my son's father's family. They up doing that. They I've become so sensitive to this shit. It's ridiculous. I can always tell when somebody trying to attack my home or trying to attack me, because strange shit will just happen out of the blue. You know, and then I can feel the energy on the people around me. You know, so, it's just been real. My son's father, it's like they've been trying to do stuff to distract me. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't see what I got going on. But they know that all day, every day, I'm working on shit. You know what I'm saying? And they don't know. They don't know how I'm moving. They don't know what I'm doing. They can't see anything. So they be trying to, use my son's father as a distraction to where he becomes very attention seeking. My son's father, those are not his characteristics. When he's being annoying, I know his family is doing work. I know his family is doing work on him. It's so easy. Like, I know him. I know him too well. You know what I'm saying? So it just be like they'll call up or talk to their person at like 2-3 something in the morning. This person may be overseas. This person may be in a different time zone that they're contacting. And then they always be trying to do stuff between like 2 and 4 o'clock. They be up at night because they can't sleep because they being haunted. You know what I'm saying? By a lot of shit that's backfiring on them. But it's kind of like they don't know what to do, so they just keep doing any and everything. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to distract me and get in my way. You see, motherfuckers is upset. They're upset because they listen to their daughter. And now motherfuckers feel like I owe them some type of grace. Like, no, if you participated in that shit, you gonna go down with that bitch. You shouldn't have. Motherfuckers know something wrong with her. And they knew something was wrong with her. But it's just that they favor her. So, of course, they gonna overlook her. Like, she She one of them type of kids that be playing on her peoples, on her parents. But that family dynamic, they don't treat each other right anyway. Like, I'm trying to tell you, the shit is so crazy. So, I could tell this morning, I'm just like, I feel like they trying to, because it's an annoying, like when he move around, it's annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like, he came in the living room and was rattling. I'm asleep in the living room, and he's rattling through the pizza boxes, and he's being loud. You know what I'm saying? Usually he has more courtesy, you know? So then it's kind of like he's up, he wake me up. Then it's like he can't he up on his phone, in his room, just up on his phone. I could just feel his energy just like festering. It's like irritating the fuck out of me. So I'm just like, here we go. Like, I know that they're doing that magic shit. And then the moment that I cut on my video to start my video, he come out. It's like every time I'm doing something or every time I start something, he come and he intervene. It's like he popping up. It's like a monitoring spirit. They're trying to use him as like a monitoring spirit, but they can't see. So it's more so of them using him as a puppet to get on my nerves and distract me from whatever it is and what shit I got going on. This is not the first time that they did this. That's what I'm saying. They're running out of moves. It's a lot of people to where it's down to the wire for people. So at this point in time, they just doing any and everything in which that they can, or they're repeating some of the same shit in which that they were doing earlier. And it's just like, it's too late to repeat the shit because I'm gonna be able to see it. So of course I just disarmed the shit. My thing is that, like I said, when shit is sent my way dealing with these people, it don't make it. It's like an instant backfire. It don't make it. But the residue, I still can feel the residue of the intention. I'm so sensitive to the intentions. So, surprisingly, it's not annoying me. I just don't feel anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel annoyed. I don't feel angry. I don't feel happy. I don't feel, I just don't feel anything. It's like I just see the shit. I just know it. And I just move like accordingly. It's just crazy. It's crazy. So let me see. He's acting the same way during the time to where I was doing my art therapy. He's acting the same way. I was trying to work on my art therapy, my courses, and he will always come in interrupting me, like talking about his sister and talking about her ugly ass kids. And I was just like, why is it every time that I get into doing my art therapy? Because his sister already knew what I had going on, because she had been watching me before anybody else found out about her trying to copy and be like me. You know what I'm saying? She was trying to hide, she was trying to keep people away from me because she was watching me on social media, but at the same time, she kept fucking up because she would show people specific things about what I had on my social media, and she would try to flip it and manipulate it. So this is what I'm saying. Like, they be doing the same dumb shit. So she knew that I was studying, and it's like she would do that magic on him to distract me. So I was just like, I'm not doing this shit, because he under that witchcraft, and the shit is getting on my nerves. And it seemed like every time I do some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, he trying to show me pictures of her and stuff. I'm just like, bro, I don't like your sister. Like, leave me alone. I don't care about anything she got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it's like, I gotta tell the truth to snap him out of that shit. And then he be in his feelings because he be feeling dumb, because he really don't understand why he's doing that in the first place. And he know I don't fuck with his family. And I be telling him, you can't force me to fuck with people or like people. I'm not going to keep telling you they doing that witchcraft on you. But he just be like, my family not into that. My family not watching you. My family not worried about you. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like, nigga, they obsessed with me. You just don't know. So, it just be real worrisome. It just be real worrisome. So, my thing is that, her mom was helping her with a lot of stuff before they got the dad involved. You know what I mean? So it got to a point to where the dad found out what they was doing. So, he's trying to figure out what's going on. And of course they lied. The mama lied to him. And it's like they're playing ping pong with his brain. But the thing is that the mama feels so bad, because a lot of the shit that's backfiring is happening to the dad. And it's like she don't have the courage to tell him what she's been doing, because she been lying, trying to cover up for her daughter, then manipulating him to get him involved, because they've been doing that witchcraft on him too, because it's kind of like they want to be able to lie to him and get away with the shit. You know what I'm saying? So he all confused, and he don't know what the fuck going on. And you know what I'm saying? It's gotten to a point now to where more is constantly being revealed. It's just like, all you have to do is leave me alone, and your shit won't come out. But they just can't leave me alone, so the shit is just gonna keep on coming out, because I'm gonna keep confronting the shit. I'm gonna keep saying something. A lot of things that I'm trying to work on, I'm gonna have to put everything on hold and put it to the side, because I can see right now, there's nothing that I'm just going to be able to focus on. I can't block out any distractions, because it's based around my home. And then on top of that, I have to be at peace and tempered, because nobody else knows what's going on except me in my household. You know what I'm saying? So obviously there are things to where it's kind of like, I gotta start moving differently. You know what I mean? I gotta start moving differently. If I'm always focused on work and what I'm trying to accomplish, then it's kind of like I'm always gonna be in the same spot. So it's like I have to put some things on pause, and I have to start moving. So to the individual, to where it's like, they're trying to figure out why I'm not aligned to them. I had to get out of alignment because, there's somebody, well, I'm not going to say somebody, but I have to align myself with a different energy, you know, because me aligning with your energy is kind of like, I don't know. It's like you're not giving. I don't know. It's too much to be aligned with you. You deal with a lot of drama. You deal with a lot of very jealous people. My thing is that we deal with the same thing. But it's like you're not helping with solutions. You're not necessarily helping with solutions. It's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just being aligned with you is not safe for me right now. So I have to align to something else, cuz I got to focus on my health. I got to focus on my self-care, my self-love. I have to focus on those things right now. I have to focus on living and healing right now. It's not the time for me to be working and creating, practically right now. It sucks that I cannot be consistent in what I'm trying to do or pursue, but it's just, life is calling for more movement from me. And it's just like, you're not moving, you're doing the same. And it's nothing wrong with you doing the same shit, because your life may require for you to do that. But for me to be in alignment with you, my life does not align to that. My energy aligns with you, but my life is not aligning. It's not, it's just not working. So I have to align with something else. Because people, they're doing the most and they're going through stuff. So I have to stay out of the way. If I sit still, if I'm still, then it's kind of like they know where to find me. They know where to get me. They know. But if I'm on the move, they don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm tired of fighting. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of fighting and defending. Like, I'm ready to just start walking away from shit. So it's not nothing that you can do. It's not nothing that you did wrong. You know what I mean? So let me see. Bringing booty just to make you stay easily. Okay, so I'm about to do my reading. Right. So the Chariot in reverse, that's bizarre circumstances. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I feel like I'm going through. So it's like I'm aligning with somebody else. I'm aligning with one person, but it's kind of like spirit and mind is with you, but my reality is not aligned with the union. It's not aligned with this union. So we have to come out of union. I have to come out of union. So, I can do what I need to do. What I need to do for myself. Because it's kind of like with the person that I'm aligned with, it's stuff going on that they don't know about. That person is not working on their mental health. And I can tell. I don't know. So, what's up? So, I have eternity. I have the Six of Cups. I have justice. And I have the Sun. So, more truth is going to have to come out on his family side. It's kind of like somebody, because I'm going to tell you, when I did a reading, because I felt it. I was just like, ugh. Like, this is a steak ass, nasty ass energy. I feel like somebody's trying to connect with me and feel like a woman. So, of course, it's his sister. So, I rejected that energy invitation because it's like she's trying to attach herself to me. So, I could see that immediately she had to let go. She had to let go, which means that shit is kind of like the moment she was trying it, the moment that whoever was doing the work, I could feel, I could hear them conjuring up the intentions. And in that moment, I confronted it. So the shit went back immediately. Then on top of that, I got up and I did some work. So now it's going to hit back. It's kind of like universal law. If I'm not receiving it, it has to go back to the source. Then on top of that, me like retaliating, it's kind of like a double hit. You see, I could do or I could not do things. It doesn't matter at this point in time when it comes to these people. They're already doomed. You see what I'm saying? When I intervene and start doing stuff, it only speeds up the process. I'm ready for the shit to be over because they not going to stop. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's already over. I don't have to do anything. But I guess in a way, I'm just speeding up the inevitable for them. So I gotta, I there's been like new energy that has been like tiptoeing around me and stuff. So finally, this energy has come forth, and so I'm connecting with somebody new who I can align with, and at the same time, it's kind of like we kind of go through the same shit within our lives. This individual, they have some fun ways they want to show me as to how to deal, just a different and a better approach. You know what I'm saying? To deal with what I'm dealing with. This individual wants me to be more optimistic about the shit that I deal with. They deal with the same thing, but I have a feeling they deal with it on a bigger scale. They deal with shit on a different level than I do. which means that they can teach me, they can help me, they can guide me. So, I need to take this time out and be up under that person. That this person is a part of my soul family. This person helps to remind me of this, this is devotion. So um it's it's starting off real nice. I really like it. It almost feels like a welcome home. you know Last night, all yesterday, with connecting with the new individual, the energy is so beautiful. Like the energy is so beautiful. I can't, it's like every time I encounter this individual, it's like I just be crying. Everything is so intense. I can't take it. It's like I can't take it. I'm not overstimulated by it. I'm not triggered by it. It's like an immediate transformation. It's like an immediate ego death. But the thing is that, I don't be resistant. But when it comes to this individual, it's kind of like I have no time to even think about how to resist. It's like everything is like straight to the point with this person. You know what I'm saying? It's like no bullshit with this person. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's straight. It's straight to the point. It's so vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? It's so vulnerable. It's so vulnerable, and I feel like I don't have to hide. I don't feel like, oh, I have to be strong. I have to be this. I have to, be that. Like there's nothing, I don't know. Like I don't feel iffy. There's no unsurety about this person. I don't feel afraid about feeling sure. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no issues there. There's no trust issues there. It's very transparent and it's very like watery. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain this shit. So, it's very healing. It's like mentally and emotionally healing. So, that's what I need to be aligned with right now. The individual that I was aligned with, it was more about mental health and practical matters. Just taking creativity and coming up with ideas as to how to practicalize things. So that experience is over now. So now I have shifted into a new experience. I don't know though. I don't necessarily think this is an experience. I don't know what to think, to be honest. If, because if this person is part of my soul family, then they're pretty much always going to be here. There are times to where we're going to align and there are times to where we're not going to align. I wonder, can you align with somebody all the time? Like, I don't know. I think that's taking up too much space, right? I think that's taking up too much space. So, well, my reading looks good. It definitely looks like spiritually, I'm protected. And sometimes when I'm in alignment with somebody, like a lot of the times my energy is stronger than most individuals. The person I'm connecting to now, they're a lot stronger than me. You know, they're way stronger, way more authentic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to describe it. I'm authentic, but when it comes to connecting with other people, I find myself having to hold back on my authenticity. And I'm talking about more of my physical connections, not just the spiritual ones. So, with my more physical, it's a connection. So it's not just about me. And most people cannot keep up with the depth of me. You know what I mean? So, just because somebody can't keep up with me, I don't tell myself, oh, this is not my person. Because there are sometimes you have to, my type of person will say, because there are times to where, you have to encounter people, you know, even if it's for a split second. So, I mean, I want the experience to be pleasant. So, whatever. I don't have anybody really around me, hanging around me all the time. Even when it comes to my son's father, you know, sometimes my light irritates people. And no, I'm not bothered that it irritates people, but at the same time, if I know what I'm capable of, then of course I'm gonna have some discipline with the shit. There are some people to where you could be yourself wholeheartedly, and there are some people to where you just can't. I'm not for everybody. Everybody is not for me. But with me getting out of alignment with this other individual, they will be able to see that something is off with them. You know what I mean? Because if my energy is stronger, then it's kind of like I'm more so like the spirit guide. But if this individual does not want to follow me, then and they're going through stuff and they're not aware of it, when I take my energy away and they're left with their own energy and they feel the difference, it's kind of like I'm helping them to see that, look, you're going through stuff is happening, you're not keeping up with your mental health, this is going on, that is going on. I'm saying these things, we're communicating these things when we're in union, but this individual is being hard-headed, and they're being hard-headed, and it's kind of like I'm the one constantly suffering because you're being protected, you're okay because you have me. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't have you. You cannot help me with fighting some of the silent battles that I have going on. So it's like you're making the connection and the union all about you and what you want. Okay? That's fine, because being in alignment is about being true to you. Well, you're way too selfish. and inconsiderate of me. So now I have to step out of this union, and I have to go into union with somebody else. You know what I mean? Who's more considerate, who's less selfish, who is aware of the warfare and has solutions to how they can help me with the warfare. And sometimes we have to take a break, and we have to connect with other individuals. One person cannot give you everything. I don't know though, because these two energies is coming off. It seems like the new person understands my value more. It's like I feel more appreciated and accepted with this individual, and they have the one up on me because this person knows a lot of shit about me. I think that's where the crying and all the emotions come from, because it's like humiliated. It's like humiliated. Because it's just like, damn, you've been watching me, you've been studying me, you know a lot of shit about me, but I know nothing about you. Every time that I tell myself, or I want to feel unsafe with this person, it's like my mind doesn't even make it to that thought. My feeling don't even make it there. It's like I'm constantly being sent to my truth, like head on. And it's like, it's beautiful. So it makes me cry. And it's just like this other person, it's like they're on the same way. They get it. It's the same. It's kind of like, it's like not necessarily the same. We're just gonna say that I can be myself, like, wholeheartedly with this person. Anything that feels weird, or anything that maybe I may be embarrassed about or ashamed about, I find myself openly being able to discuss those things with this person. And this person, they're very sharp in their mind, because they can pick up shit. They can pick up a thought. They can pick up a thought that I have that I may not want to go through with, if that makes sense. It's complicated. I'm trying to do the best in which I can. You know what I'm saying? Because when we're communicating telepathically, it's like I get to thinking about something, but then I'm just like, I don't want him to hear that thought. I don't want him to know that, because maybe I don't want to answer the question. Maybe I don't want the answer to the question which that I have. Maybe, I don't want him to know how messy my thoughts can be. Because this person can see. They're gonna fucking know. And it's like, damn, they know more. Just like I told you, I could pick up on the witchcraft when the shit is like when it's being during the time to where it's being manifested and conjured up, the energy. It's like when it comes to my thoughts, that's how this person is. It's almost as if they know what I'm thinking before the thought even comes into my mind, So I would say it's intimidating, but it's really not. I thought it would be, but it's actually very refreshing, you know? So, with this new connection, it's like I can explore myself. I can explore, I can just explore more of myself with connecting with another individual that I can really be open, because I have encountered individuals to where I can be open, vulnerable, authentic, but there's always like this boundary. It's like they're afraid to get too close or to get too bonded. They're afraid of the devotion. Devotion feels very unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so innocent. It's so innocent. It's so pure. It's so understanding. You have to be very trusting when it comes to devoting yourself to another person, because you can easily be taken advantage of. But when you have two people that are devoted, it's like you don't have to worry about that. It's hard naturally just being a person of devotion, because most of the time, motherfuckers be thinking that you're full of shit because your emotional intelligence is on a different level than their expectations. I don't know what people think emotional intelligence is supposed to be or or act like, but it's levels to everything. And when we go into one aspect, it can be broken down into many infinite possibilities. So I'm just saying, I'm not trying to complicate shit, but I just, I understand how people, I can understand how they would. It's like being triggered by somebody who's devotional, because it's like they seem innocent, but you don't want to believe it. Especially when all you know is fucked up people. But it's kind of like, well, it should be easier for you to be able to see who's devoted to you and who's not. In the other connection, it's kind of like the person is always telling me, like, I know I'm not easy to deal with, I know this, I know that, but I can make it worth your while emotionally. And for a long time I told myself, I'm just like, nobody's perfect, so I'm gonna have to deal with some dumb shit. But as long as the person makes it worth it. But with connecting with this new person, it's kind of like, bitch, I don't think I have to settle. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't think I have to settle for that. Like, this person is showing me, it's like, you can have exactly what you want. What you want does exist. Okay, so rather it's that specific person that I'm connecting to, or rather this person is just a catalyst to to guide me, to help prepare me for what it is in which that I really want. We just kind of started the experience, so it's not much that I really know or understand right now. You know what I mean? I think that this individual is married. So, I plan on keeping my boundaries. And that's another reason why I'm just like, you're just going to have to be in control. I'm just going to have to let them be in control, because, if it's like, if they're married, I don't want to be taking too much initiative. You see what I'm saying? You know, they know that they're married, and so they also have to be present within that union too. You know, when we're in twin flame unions, it's about self, you know. So what I've noticed is that some individuals, you know, they have partners or they're dealing with people that I don't like. So whenever their spouse is around or I deal with their spouse's energy, you know, I don't have nice things to say. I come off very rude. Even if it's not their spouse, it's like whoever they're dating. You know, then sometimes I can pick up on their children, but you know, that's a different story. You know, there's nothing romantic there with the children. It's just more so about who they're courting or who they're in a relationship with. And then when it comes to connecting to other people's children, I can only pick up on how they truly feel about their parent, about the individual that I'm connecting to. You know, and I will say, you know, most of the times it's a beautiful feeling. You know, children be having beautiful feelings about their parents. You know, well, the people I connect with. But anyway, you know, so I mean, I just want to be careful because I don't want to be too clingy. You know, I'm just like, ooh, I really like this energy. You know, but I also know not to smother it, and too much of something we have a tendency to take for granted. You know, this connection feels very fragile. It feels very important. You know, it feels like something that I want for a long time. It's like a friendship that I want to have for a long time. You know, that's why I'm just like, you know, I can't be pulling some of the same shit. But this person knows so much about me. You know what I'm saying? They know so much about me. Well, I guess with certain things, you know, we'll talk about it when we cross that bridge, I guess. But for the most part, you know, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Because I'm trying to tell you, I'm just like, I have to deal with something. You know, we go back and forth about how we talk about worth and our value, and we always say don't settle, you know. But then, you know, there's a part, you like I said, I'm just like, bruh, you know, like how is motherfuckers not settling if you got to deal with something from somebody? So I think that's what's got me most mind blown about this situation. Cause I'm just like, I want my space from this person, but I love the emotional connection that we have. But it's kind of like mentally and spiritually, you know, this person is overwhelming, and it's like it's very burdensome. But like I said, I told myself, I'm just like, well, you got to deal with something. They make it worth it because, you know, they can connect with me emotionally. But I mean, to connect with somebody who shows you like, girl, no, you really don't have to settle. You really don't. You may think that in your mind, what you want is not real. My thing is that my ideal is not real. This person is close to it, but this person is giving me more than what I ideal or what I think. They're giving more. So it's just like, God, have I been thinking small? You know what I'm saying? Have I been playing small? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really got me on some shit, but I'm not going to do that because I know I have a feeling that person wouldn't appreciate me questioning myself like that. And that's another thing. It's like, they just so appreciate me. They are just so accepting. Like, this person likes me. Like, people, they love you. They love you when you make them feel good, blah, blah, blah. But, like, this person likes me. They actually enjoy me as a person. I think I'm about to get emotional again. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I'm about to go. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like this, the emotions, they hit me. They hit me so fast. And they hit me so strong. Oh my God. What is he doing? Oh my God. Okay. So I'm gonna wrap it up there. So until next time, we'll talk again. Thank you.